talk about the midseason awards. We're going to really looking at the MVP. We're looking at who is the biggest surprise and then the biggest disappointment so far in the league. I'll go, my MVP, I am going with the one and only the cheetah. J-GILLZ going to be smiling here. I'm going Tyreek Hill as my MVP. He is the most impactful and dynamic player right now. I was really thinking A.J. Brown, and really they have the better record. I think he would probably get more votes. I don't think that Tyreek Hill would win the MVP, but man, that dude is on a historic pace. Obviously, they're playing more games, but where he is, man, in terms of total yardage and receptions, man, that team, you can see where he is just so explosive. Everybody is fast and big and strong in the NFL, and Tyreek Hill is on another level. Watch the game, folks. Don't just look at the numbers of your fantasy score. Watch the game. Tyreek Hill is just a marvel. He's my MVP. J-GILLZ, who would you say is your MVP?
Man, you know what? Just to that point, I would have to say this. As you said, Fanatic, watch the game, and if you're watching the game, you're seeing Tua throwing those bombs to a Tyreek Hill, getting him open, leading him open. You know what I mean? It's not just a run after the catchability of the cheetah. You know, the cheetah's making those moves, and Tua's getting the ball there, throwing deep balls. You know what I mean? Accuracy on the play. So you have to give some love to Tua Tagovailoa if we're going to give some love to the cheetah. But my MVP right now is I would have to say Lamar Jackson. The way, although the Ravens defense is lights out, phenomenal, very great this season, Lamar Jackson has been playing a phenomenal game, and I think that he has to get his just due. When you talk about his record against the NFC teams, in his career, he's only lost to the NFC team once in his career. And right now, out of the top 5 teams in the NFC, Eagles, Cowboys, 49ers, and probably Detroit and Seattle, he literally just dog walks Seattle and Detroit, and he's doing it with virtually nothing. You know, he's got an old OBJ, you know, he's got Zay Flowers, makeshift running backs, another ending seasons from J.K. Dobbins, and he's still fighting people. Obviously, he's got a great tight end in Mark Andrews, but the way that he's just galvanizing his team, putting it together and putting the whole thing on his back and leading his team to a 7-2 record, man, I think Lamar Jackson might end up being the MVP. If Tua can start winning the big games, you know, it could easily go to Tua. But for right now, mid-season, I got to give it to Lamar.
I like Jalen Hurts. He's playing well. They continue to win. They're 8-1. Have one of the best records in the National Football League, and that's hard to do. Hard to win week in and week out. Those guys seem to find a way to win. He seems to score just enough points to put his team, and his defense comes through for him. He does it week in and week out. And also the other MVP is the Ravens defense. I think the Ravens defense that Ravens defense is unbelievable. When they got that young man from Chicago, got him out of Chicago and came to Ray, I thought he would help him. I didn't think he would be the next coming of Ray Lewis. I mean, he's a quieter guy than Ray Lewis. He just makes play. That guy, he's a tackling machine. Roquan Smith. Yeah, he's a tackling machine.
Biggest surprise of the NFL season, we jump back into it, man. I really believe it. I'm going to go quick on these two. Biggest surprise to me has been the one and only, my man, Coleridge Bernard. Y'all know my man Coleridge? I think y'all do. His name is actually, he goes by C.J. Stroud IV. But Coleridge Bernard is, to me, the biggest surprise. Is interesting. He's going back to Ohio, quarterback out of Ohio State, rookie, doing his thing. Just saw Bryce Young struggle on Thursday night. All eyes on him, Tupac style, when he goes and sees the man, Joey Burrow, man. So, hey, he is my surprise player. And my biggest disappointment, not just the player, it's the entire organization. And really, I guess it goes at the feet of my man, Bill Belichick, now in my world known as Dollar Bill. He ain't worth a dollar right now and what he's doing to New England Patriots. And the NFL need to go ahead and just, you talk about, hey, Sunday morning in Germany, hey, man, we're going to be watching some TV kids show in my house, man. I don't know if I'm going to be watching them New England Patriots, maybe just a little bit. But, yeah, Bill Belichick, my biggest disappointment. What about y'all? Disappointment. Go ahead, J-GILLZ.
Man, biggest surprise to me, I would have to say, is this Ravens defense. Absolutely. I wasn't expecting this. They always seem, talk about a draft, talk about succession. When Ozzie Newsome retired, he left a great succession plan, Eric DeCosta taking over, and it seems like they just know exactly the game plan every year, drafting guys like a Patrick Queen, like a Jason Owe, the rush linebacker, You know, it's just they have a great game plan, and to see it all coming together like this, see, I wasn't expecting this. To see a healthy Ravens squad where you got to tackle like a Ronnie Stanley, great pickup in Morgan Moses, the right tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, journeyman, played for the Commanders, played for the Jets. I was hoping Miami could get him. Just to see what they've been doing, I think that this is truly the year for the Baltimore Ravens to make it to the Super Bowl. I'm saying it now. I think that this is the year, and I wasn't expecting that coming into the season. Biggest disappointment, well, I got to keep it right at the home team. And the Buffalo Bills, to this point, I don't think anybody saw this coming 5-4. It's not even currently sitting in ninth place currently, not even in the playoff picture right now as it stands with the 7 teams. So I think that's going to be a huge point moving forward. And I don't think anybody expected this type of fall for the Buffalo Bills. Now it's mid-season, so it's not all the way there yet. You know, they still have a great chance of saving their season, but I just think that I think it's going to get worse for Bills Mafia, unfortunately, and that's a huge disappointment in my eyes.
I agree with you. Bills is my big disappointing team. And really with you, CJ Stroud, I picked him as the best quarterback in the draft. I didn't expect him to be this good so soon, so early. It just showed you how he played at Ohio State with top quality NFL type wide receivers, NFL type offense. He was able to play very well, and now look at him. He's able to, man, he looks like he's 2-3 years ahead. He's doing things that Josh Allen should be doing now, looking off a receiver and going to the other receiver across the field. He's not locking in on one receiver like you do as a rookie.